Okay, so what can I eat? This is, people are so, we are so used, not people, even I was like this. We are so used to flour and sugar that you're like, what can I eat? Because that's my staple meal, like that's how I've grown up. I need my chapati, my roti. Um, I don't even like rice and blah blah. Anyway, you we have a very high staple diet of high in flour, especially wheat in India. But there are certain sections of India which will have more of rice. Okay, obesity is prevalent now. Diabetes is more prevalent, and obesity is just growing rampantly. Okay, so what can we have? You can have carbs. You can have all of this. Okay, all, like it's not a keto diet. You can have everything. You can have anything that you want. Okay, there is no restrictions here. Just you need to understand, you need to decide that these are the things I will eat and these are the things I won't eat, and I will just eat this no matter what. Okay, so I will give you like, you have to make an exercise. I will make you do an exercise in which I'll give you a meal plan wherein you have to write down the list of things which will fit in this, that you will have, that as per you, what you like, you put on that. It's like a menu of items that you approve, that you have liked so far, and you love eating. Okay, because we want to do it your way. We don't want someone else's plan to copy paste on you. Okay, so carbs, you can have grains and you can have vegetables. Okay, they all need to be like grains. You can have a wheat berry as well. Okay, but it needs to be like full with the husk. So you can have like broken wheat but not flour. Okay, because that will produce a very high insulin response and your body takes a long time to come back. Now once you reach your target weight, when you are in maintenance, because once you lose this weight you will be in maintenance forever, I will still need you to weigh yourself, and you can introduce flour and sugar again. Okay, but depending on how you like it, because you're still weighing yourself, you're going to weigh yourself for the rest of your life. Make that commitment to yourself. Okay, and when you see the number that you like, none of this will matter, right? And the moment the weight is creeping up, you will catch yourself and you will know exactly what you're doing, which is leading the weight gain. Okay, so this is the work. This is the work which you will do for the rest of your life, once and for all. Okay, so the grains, rice is okay, preferably brown, because it has a very thick rusk and it takes a long time to cook, and it does not produce that sort of craving and the sugar response which white rice will produce. The somnolence especially. Remember how you eat a big biryani and you'll be like gone. Okay, so that's what rice does to you. So that's what refining does to you. You need the fiber. So you can have rice, you can have wheat berries, you can have broken wheat, you can have oats, like preferably thicker ones. You can have quinoa, you can have millets. Okay, so these are the items that you can have. Then you can't have you can't have rice flour. Okay, Indians love dosa, idli. You can't. You can have those items once a week in your joy meal or your cheat meal. One meal a week you can have. Okay, and that has to be planned. It can't be in the moment spontaneous. That part of your life is over for good. You will plan everything. Everything that you do will be deliberate. Okay, but you are a human being. I'm still not deliberate, but we know what is the aim. Okay, vegetables, raw, cooked, all vegetables are allowed. Okay, you can have it as any vegetable as a salad. And because Indians like to cook our vegetables, so you can have any vegetable of your choice. Even if you cook it, even if you turn green into dark brown, still it has some fiber in it. So it still is better than a bread. Okay, so vegetable is okay. Remember, whenever you're putting the tadka, use very little oil, not too much. Okay, and then you can put the oil on top, and you can put nuts in it and all that sort of fat. Okay, Proteins, you can have all sort of cheese, okay, processed, unprocessed, whatever you want to have. It needs to be full fat, okay, just remember that fat is good. Trans fat is bad, but rest of the fats are good. Any oil which has not been tempered too much, which has not been heated to fry, that's okay. So you can have your olive oil, you can have your coconut oil, you can have coconut butter, you can have ghee, you can have mayonnaise. All this is good. Okay, we are not gonna like dunk ourselves in fat. We're gonna have like proportionate 1 or 2 teaspoons. That much is okay. Don't have fried food. Don't have fried chips. You can have your brain will get very sneaky around. I need something crunchy. No, we're not doing that. Okay. You can have milk, full fat, please, because you don't want to deprive fat. Fat is a necessity. When we were evolving, when we used to go hunting, nobody likes a lean animal. Everyone likes a fatty animal. Okay? Plus, the fatty animal is always the one who is like, not strong enough. Remember, you have to be fit to run. You can't be fat, otherwise you'll die. Imagine an apocalypse. Anyway, so you need the fat. Meat, you can have any meat of your choice. Chicken, fish, whatever meat you want, you can have it. Just don't accompany it with bread. Eggs, perfectly okay. Eggs are amazing. Now, one thing I want to tell you is, you can, in your breakfast, we don't generally have breakfast if we are having 2 meals in intermittent fasting, because most people, what they do is they've figured out, for me especially and many others I know, we will have a fat bomb for breakfast. Okay, fat bomb like a cream cheese which is full fat, or a coffee with full fat cream. This has just fat in it. It does not have any carbs, it does not have any proteins. So carbs and proteins are the ones which produce an insulin response, whereas fat will produce a very less insulin response in our body. So when you have your breakfast as cream cheese with full fat cream, it's going to produce a tiny response. So you're still on your insulin fast. It doesn't break your insulin fast. So you can cheat around it that way. I call it cheating, but it's not. You're not supposed to cheat, okay? Anyway, so you can have your full fat breakfast. That can be your breakfast, and you're still on your long fast. Okay? You can have eggs. If you don't have eggs in the breakfast, because even if you're having just a boiled egg, the protein in it will produce an insulin response. Okay? Fats, any oil is okay, because you know how oils are made. It's refined, but it is healthy. Try not to raise the temperature too much, because Indians, we will put tadka, very little oil use, don't use too much. Okay? Nuts is absolutely fine, just don't snack with it. You can have it with your meal or as a dessert, whatever. You can have nuts. Okay? You can have your dates. Trust me, put your dates. You want to make a smoothie, you make a smoothie, but smoothie is a form of refining. Okay, so don't have smoothie right now when you're trying to lose weight. You can introduce it later on for bulk, and because sometimes it's very difficult to eat so many things in 2 meals, so smoothie works very well in maintenance. But when you're trying to lose weight, try to stay away from smoothies, because we want to eat things with minimal insulin response. Mayonnaise is fine. Dark chocolate, more than 85% is okay. And no sweeteners. Sweeteners produce insulin response. Okay, so remember these things that you can eat. No sweeteners. I forgot to put it in the last video. Okay.